Hi, Jazz.
Hi, Kylie. How are you?
Good. How are you, Jasmine?
Yeah, really good. Thanks for having me.
Oh, that's no problem. Congratulations on recently being awarded the CMA Global Artist Backstage at the CMC Rocks the Hunter Festival by not only the international director, Rob Potts, but also the band Perry. Then how did that make you feel, Jasmine?
It was amazing. I love the band Perry, and they just tore it up at CMC Rocks the Hunter. So just, getting to hang out with them for a little bit was cool. And then they gave me a shiny trophy, which is always, really exciting. And, it's just, and it being, an international award is something really huge. I think it's great that, America is recognising some Aussie country music. It's cool.
I agree, because previous Australian winners include names like Lee Kernaghan, Casey Chambers, the McClymonts, Tommy Emmanuel and Troy Cassar-Daley. So you're certainly in good company there, Jasmine.
Yes, I'm completely honoured. I was kind of, it came in great time. I just finished recording my third album, so I'm very excited about it and honoured and kind of surprised but excited.
Now with the new award, you are a two-time ARIA nominee, the recipient of the 2012 CMC Oz Artist of the Year. Your first two albums have 5 number-one singles. You have over 1 million plays on YouTube. Do you ever have any of those pinch me moments?
I think, every day is a celebration for everyone, really. But I get to play music as a job, which is, something amazing. That's like a pinch me moment, just being able to do that. Something that I love. I get to do it all the time and constantly learn and grow and, become the artist that I want to be. And, it's fantastic to be able to be a part of an industry that's so supportive, especially to someone, I only came on the scene in 2008 and they've been so supportive, especially, people like Lee Kernaghan, and it's been really great. I planned to enter the Road to Tamworth, which was, ended up being the competition that gave me the record deal that I still have now. I planned to enter many times before I won it the first time, but I kind of had this plan that I would just continue doing it until something happened. And so I think just to get yourself out there and, if you persevere, something's got to happen, because music's a beautiful thing and everyone kind of wants to hear good music. So,
And that is really, really good sound advice, Jasmine. Now, you've worked with some of the great names in country music today, Dierks Bentley, Kelly Pickler, Joe Nichols, who can forget that beautiful duet with yourself and Joe Nichols. You've toured with Tim McGraw, Alan Jackson, Brooks and Dunn, Adam Harvey, Lee Kernaghan. Who has been your favourite to work with so far?
I have been really lucky. The Brooks and Dunn tour was a fantastic tour. Their show is unbelievable, and those guys were, a whole lot of fun. But the Lee Kernaghan Planet Country tour was something that really kind of changed my career for me. He works really closely with the artists that tour with him, and it was for kind of a whole year. So, every weekend we'd be out there playing shows, and at that time I was picking songs for my album. So Lee kind of sat down with me and listened to songs for my album and gave me, advice about, what to be doing and how to follow my dreams. And so, Lee Kernaghan's someone really, that I really look up to. That was pretty special.
It really is true in essence, isn't it? Country music is one big family.
I didn't know it was going to be as supportive as it is. I kind of thought, that I'd be on the outside for quite a while and, on my own. And I didn't grow up in a musical. I mean, my family's kind of musical. They play the CD player. But I didn't grow up in a family band. So I kind of thought I was really going to be alone in this. But it's just not been that way at all. So it's quite surprising and awesome that it's like that.
And it's very supportive. Now, you've recorded in Nashville and you've also recorded here. Is there a difference in the way they do it?
Yeah, I mean, I recorded, the only times I've really recorded here were the first few recordings I did. So I was still very new to the recording process as well. I think they do it a little bit quicker in Nashville because they kind of work on 3-hour time slots. The session musicians there, that's what they do, 9 to 5, 10 to 6.
Yep.
And it's very much they listen to the song twice, they get the charts, they go in there and they play it all together. And whereas here in Australia, I think they take a little bit more time, and it is quite different, but it's always, I just love the whole recording process no matter where I am. It's pretty fun.
That's excellent. You write your own songs too, Jasmine. So how do you come up with the ideas for your songs?
I write some of my songs. Pink Guitar was actually one of those ones that I wish I wrote, but it bumped off one of the ones that I wrote because I loved it so much.
Oh, it's fantastic.
I know, I'm like, Jasmine, why didn't you write Pink Guitar? It's so cool. I think songwriting is one of my favourite things to do, and so you're kind of constantly learning, about the craft, and you get a little bit of advice from sitting down with your girlfriends and hearing about what their boyfriends have done, and kind of sometimes about your own life, and sometimes when you're co-writing. I love co-writing, and it's something that someone else brings to the table, and you just kind of make it your own and explore different possibilities of where a song can go. And I definitely feel like I'll be learning about that craft forever. You never know everything about songwriting, but the next record, 12 of the 13 tracks are co-written by my little self, so it's pretty exciting.
Oh, that is very exciting. So what is your most favourite song off any of the albums, Jasmine?
Oh my gosh. They all kind of feel a bit like children after a while. Not that I have children, so, as close as you can get for someone like me. I like Hunky Country Boys. Hunky Country Boys is something that's really fun to perform live, and it was really fun. I wrote that in Australia with Matt Scullion, and that one's probably been the most exciting to play live, and people sing along and clap along, and that's really fun. But I'm excited to see how the new songs go too.
That's something
going to be interesting.
That's something that we'll all be looking forward to. Tell me about making film clips. What's involved?
Well, first you have to choose the single, and that's always the hardest because every song on the album you want to be a single, and I'm signed to a record label, so everyone has to kind of sit around a table and say their point of view, and then you put it out there and figure out who would like to make some video clips, and they put treatments, which are, plans of what storylines and stuff of what they would make a clip, and then you have to choose again. I'm bad at decisions, so it's really hard because I want to make every clip. And so then you finally choose a storyboard, and then you get together. You choose a day, and it's normally like the next week. It's always very rushed, and you get together with a stylist, and then you make the clip, rain, hail, or shine. You normally think that you would postpone things if it's raining, etc.
Sure.
But that's not how it happens. So there's normally just people with umbrellas, and it's very exciting. And it normally happens all in one day for my video clips, and so it's we're there for at least 14 hours doing our thing. So it's exciting and tiring.
It sounds like a lot of fun, actually. I mean, like you said, 14-hour day is a long day, but at the end of it, you are making a music video that's going to be seen by the masses. So,
and you're running on adrenaline because you don't get to make a video clip every day, and it's your own song. And however, there's a lot of playback involved. I never mind because it's my own song. But the people around that are holding the cameras, I always feel so sorry for them. Like they get to hear the song about 1,000 times, and sometimes just the same verse over and over again. And it's like, sorry, hopefully you like country music, but it's it's fun.
You are really living the dream life of probably millions of people out there, Jasmine. I just, I watched you up on the stage and I just thought, you are very young. You've only been in the game, as you said, a little while, but you're already the consummate professional on the stage. Does someone show you the ropes on how to perform on the stage?
No one shows you the ropes. It's something that you kind of, you discover when you're younger that you want to do, and then you start off being really terrible at it, and you slowly get better. But it's something that I am still kind of learning tricks about, and I think that's what I was saying about being on the road with Lee Kernaghan for a year. You kind of see the behind the scenes as well, like how he puts his set lists together and how, one song runs into the next song and how he rehearses, and I also do his backing vocals as well.
Yep.
And so I just kind of saw how the different parts of a show that I just didn't think of before, how the stage is set, where everyone should be standing and using the space. And, it's not something that someone necessarily shows you. I'm sure maybe there are in other genres, but in our genre, we just kind of, learn from each other and teach ourselves. So it's really cool that you would say that. Thank you.
And tell me, are you, like I guess a lot of performers are you your own harshest critic?
I am pretty harsh on, I just want to get everything right. But I think what I've learnt recently, I'm 25 now, so what I've kind of learnt is that you're not actually going to get anything perfect. That's actually something I learnt yeah, probably in the last year. I always thought that I could get it perfect and just keep going, and then would feel, even after doing a really great performance or writing a really great song, I felt like it wasn't good enough. And so, yeah, I kind of had to learn how to just continue growing, do the very best that I can do. And, you know, if it doesn't feel like it's the best, then yeah, I keep going. But then you have to kind of keep going even if it's not exactly perfect. And that's been a really big hurdle for me to get over, because music, it's never perfect. It's art. So,
correct.
Yeah, it's very hard.
Correct. That's the perfect explanation, Jasmine. On a more personal note, going back to some of the big names that you've worked with, and there are some big names there, if given the opportunity, who would you most like to sing with next?
There's so many people I'd like to work with. Doing the duet with Joe Nichols was fantastic, and just being able to hang out with him and his band. But I'd like to work more with some Australian artists. Like I love Adam Brand and everything that he does, and I just love his performance and his attitude to, you know, he just loves country music and country music fans. And so I got to sing with him at the CMC.
You did?
CMC Rock. So that was really cool to be able to do that. I'd love to do more of that. And Kelly Pickler I'm a really big fan of, and so I'd like to work with her a little bit more. And there's just lists of people I would love to work with, so it's really... Yeah, I'll just stop there because there's too many.
Yeah. Aren't you're recording with Kelly Pickler on the new album, aren't you?
Yeah, eventually. It hasn't been done yet.
But it's happening.
But we're all kind of sitting here with our... I never like to put it out there that it is actually happening until, because you never know. but yeah, it should be happening, yes.
Jasmine, has there ever been a moment since 2008 that you've gone, I've had enough, I can't do it?
Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah, there has been. You know, when I was 21, I kind of moved to Sydney and thought, you know, it was my first time moving out of home, and I was living alone, and I kind of thought, this is, you know, the best move to make. And then, you know, when you don't have a lot of gigs, you have to go and, you know, get 2 extra jobs, and then to also, you know, juggling it. Yeah, I didn't know whether it was what I wanted to do anymore. And I think when you finally realize that it is what you want to do, you come back even stronger. And so I'm kind of glad I had that feeling. Just
at CMC Rocks a Hunter, you would have got to have seen a lot of the performers. Who was a standout for you?
Oh, see, I love Cor Blund. I'm a really big Cor Blund fan. So to see him with his big beard, because he was sporting a massive beard at CMC Rocks a Hunter, was really cool.
Jasmine, it's been an absolute pleasure to speak to you. I always ask my guests this one final question. What is the last CD you purchased, physically or downloaded?
Oh, I just bought the Melody Pool album. Yeah, she just won the Telstra Road to Tamworth.
She did?
And yes, yeah, I'm just listening to that at the moment. It's beautiful music, and I just like to support new artists that are coming out, because that's what people, you know, did for me, and she's got a beautiful voice. And
Jasmine Rae, thank you so much for your time today. It's a pleasure. It's been a pleasure to speak to you. I do wish you all the very best with the new album, and congratulations once again on the CMA Global Artist Award.
Thanks so much for having me, Kylie.
It's my pleasure, Jasmine.
We'll have to talk again when the new single comes out.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, thanks, Kylie.
Thank you. Bye.
See you then. Bye.